And Bridgerton is returning to our screens again, and it's very exciting. Although historically not correct, I mean, they do have music like Harry Styles, so if you wanted to go down that route, I think any of those period dramas that have been filmed in the 90s, Pride and Prejudice and everything, are bang on with jewellery, because actually in the Regency time it was very, very, very simple, and it was very much about wearing, especially in the day, a lot of very natural stones. So it would have been pearls, it would have been turquoise and coral. And this necklace we have here, it is probably about 1840, but it's very typical of what they would have worn. So you've got this lovely, incredible coral beads with little diamonds inside those corals. Beautiful, beautiful necklace. They very much would have, because very much would have been, you know, going to church every Sunday, and it wasn't about religion and God and showing that. It was the one time of the week which was extremely sociable. You could find out at church who was getting married, who was what, and get all the gossip that was happening. I'm sure one's not meant to gossip in church. But this would be a great example of what they would have worn at the time. This is, as I said, about 1840, and it's wonderful because you've got this lovely antique 15 karat gold with a barrel clasp, as it's called, which are these funny sort of tube-like clasps and slide on, and no one makes these sort of clasps anymore, and they're so secure and they're so easy for you to put that necklace on, rather than us trying to, with those sort of funny lobster clasps, trying to find the back, and in the end having to find someone around the house to help us put it on. And yeah, this is rather wonderful and lovely, lovely necklace with those sort of coral beads, slightly on the more paler side than the sort of orange you can get, the reddy orange, but it's sort of almost what you call angel skin coral almost. It's very, very, very pretty. Not quite pink, but just got that lovely, lovely colour, and it's a great little necklace. Lovely to wear. And then we've got this wonderful ring which I bought recently, and I love these sort of rings because they sort of go around the back as well as the front, and it's rather fun because you've got these two turquoise flowers, and they are forget-me-nots, and then you've got a sort of lovely, incredible artistic sort of knot in the middle, which was kind of, you know, symbolises sort of lover's knot, but really it actually symbolises something much more bigger. It would be, at the time in the Regency era, it would be symbolising literally tying a knot. So you've got forget-me-nots, tying the knot, and, you know, don't forget my love. And the Regency's engagement rings of the time were very much about pearls and turquoise, and, you know, because you didn't really have diamonds then. So this would be a classic engagement ring from the Regency era, and I think there's something so utterly beautiful about it. And then something that I think is very Bridgerton. This is kind of a piece that maybe the Feathertons would have worn. They're the most colourful family in Bridgerton. And one thing people forget about the Regency era is that people think it was all kind of very sort of neutral colours and things. Nuh-uh-uh. It was very much what the Feathertons are wearing. It was bright, it was colourful, and especially when it came to the balls. The season, the diamond. Who's going to be the diamond of the season? Well, this is the whole thing, is that at the Regency time it was very colourful, and especially when it came to those parties, and they loved dressing up, and the colour was just amazing. And it's something that we don't really see today, because if you go to a museum, the original colours have tarnished and or paled, or, you know, have gone very sort of very pretty colour, but they're not what they would have been. So that very bright yellow and amazing pretty pinks and the blues and the greens, it definitely would have been there. And the same as the gemstones. And again, lack of diamonds. There were diamonds, but they're kind of reserved more for those who were very, very rich or royal. And this is a lovely piece. And so you've got this incredible, my favourite gemstone. You've got pink topaz, you've got the turquoise, you've got the pearls, and then you've got chrysobel. And chrysobel is that beautiful sort of green, and usually came from Portugal. You see a lot of chrysobel in early 19th century pieces, and earrings and things, but it's all about the colour, and I think this is a wonderful, wonderful piece. You've got some open back and you've also got closed back, but even the fact that closed back is still in really immaculate, good condition, and it's beautiful. But very wearable today and quite a wow factor. So if you want to buy this to celebrate the release of new Bridgerton, I think it's a great purchase.